In the years since the turn of the century, Los Angeles has grown from a sleepy pueblo to a vast, seething metropolitan city. Fine buildings, huge stores, busy citizens.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I want to tell you that right now. I'm okay now, but last week was rough. I got to tell you that. You know, I had no respect. I had no respect there. I came home, my wife said to me, I don't respect you. I said, what's the matter? She goes, I think you've given in important situations. You haven't stood up for yourself. I said, I guess I got no respect from you. I guess I should have quit earlier in that joke. Come on.
I mean, you could have. You could have.
I mean, you could nitpick if you want to nitpick.
On the whole, it was a plus.
Yeah, it was. Because you know what? My energy is, in a way, it's delightful. I brought my C. I brought my B plus. Okay. I wish I could come up with words I have never used before. That's what I've been trying to do. I'm taking a class in it.
Yeah.
And using words you've never used, because what happens is we get locked in.
Like, please.
Yes. No, like, for example, ask me how I'm doing.
Like, how are you?
Yeah. Ask me. Okay, forget about you, but ask me, how am I? How are you? Go say, how are you, Andy?
How are you, Andy?
Well, that certainly opens up an entire transient of, right now the word's 5 in. The point is, you go fine, but now with my new language, you go.
Now there's a transient involved?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
I don't know.
I was thinking of a truncheon,
Yeah.
or troke.
I was thinking of Arthur Treacher.
You know what? They made a nice fish. Don't kid yourself. Either he made a nice fish and chips, or he made a nice dance studio. You tell me.
I prefer the fish and chips.
I like the Arthur Murray fish and chips. And we're mixed nuts.
I was trying to come up with some sort of dance tartar sauce joke, and I just froze up.
We're bad timing.
I think the best I could come up with in my head was it takes two to tartar. But
I would have taken that. I would have probably sold that by now. That's how much I like that joke. Well, Josh, it's been quite a week. It is quite a week, right? I mean, it
is quite a week.
I mean, the last thing. First of all, what's worse? Thinking you're going to have a 2-night week, and then you get in a fight, so you're not even that happy about it.
Yeah.
And actually, I was thrilled. Actually,
yeah.
For me, I gave myself a high five after it.
Well, that's good.
But we should tell the listeners, as if there are listeners, recorded. Our plan was to do 2 nights a week, or 2 days a week.
And I think we'll still go with that plan, but we had a technical snafu.
We had a technical issue.
Yeah.
And now, my only reason why I'm bringing it up, not the only reason, I mean, there's many reasons, but one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up is, did you want? I am prepared and have no problem, and would like to, if you wanted to, talk about you listening to Frank Zappa again, if you wanted to.
I don't really care. I can recap it a lot quicker this time, I think.
Okay, so would you get a new album by? We're recreating a story.
Yeah, you weren't listening the first time, so this will feel fresh.
Oh, that's what's good about when we have a glitch. It's like a new day with me.
Yeah. No, I watched the Zappa doc.
Oh, the Zappa doc.
Yes.
Right.
Not to be confused with Papa Doc.
I was thinking Papa Doc while you were talking. I was thinking something with Papa Doc. So why couldn't I let you have it? You already had it.
I still feel like I got it.
All right, you got it.
All right. What I was talking about yesterday, and like I said, I'll just recap because it was ponderous when I was saying it yesterday, was just it made me really sort of kind of question if I'm actually a fan of Frank Zappa or just say I'm a fan of Frank Zappa. Because I don't really get into his music. I like probably, there's probably a dozen Frank Zappa songs I genuinely know and like.
Right. I'm just saying, right. I'm not necessarily agreeing with you.
But there's 50, he put out 50 albums plus in his life, and then they've put out like another 50 albums worth since he died.
That's an amazing amount of albums. It doesn't seem like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. But that's because he worked all the time. That's all he did.
Right.
You know, and that's all he wanted to do. And I guess that's cool for him. But, you know, I mean, part of the problem was that there was no story to the doc. It was just what happened.
Yeah.
Which is...
Who made the doc?
Alex Winter.
Oh, you mentioned that the other night, and that didn't ring a bell. Should it ring a bell with me?
He's an actor. I think he was Bill or Ted in their Excellent Adventure context.
Oh, a movie I've never seen. Is it something I missed that I should catch again?
Yeah, it's fun enough to catch if you ever. I mean, I wouldn't go way out of my way for it, but if it's like you're flipping through and it's about to start, yeah, dive in.
And it's the best of the adventures movies. There's got to be more than one, right?
There was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and then Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Same people?
And then they just made a sort of reboot movie last year, I guess. Oh, all right. But yeah, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. You know, and he apparently got access to the family archives because the footage was good stuff. But none of the kids did interviews. You know.
Now, why do you think that is? Why would that be? Yeah, you have to have some of the kids in there.
Well, you'd think.
Something.
I know that there's acrimony within the ranks of the kids.
I thought they settled all the acrimony.
I don't know. I mean, I know there was. I mean, who knows? I don't know. It takes a long time to make a doc, so who knows?
I'm fairly confident that they had a settlement. That they came to a should I say a rapprochement?
Well, but did they come to a financial settlement, or did they like each other again?
I think they like each other again, but
okay,
but that may not be true. But then again, they may have not liked Alex Winter.
Well, Gail's it's different once the parents are gone, as you know. It's a different dynamic, and it sounded like Gail was certainly part of the shit stirring within the family. So, but I don't know. It bothers me. What bothers me about him. First what bothered me about the doc is, like I said, there was no story. And there isn't that much of a story because all he did was work. And he wasn't working for other people. He was working purely for his own satisfaction. He recorded purely as a way to hear his compositions.
Yes. Which in a way you could admire because... I
totally admire it from an artistic standpoint. But from a spiritual standpoint is where he loses me. He was a composer on a mission, and he would write, he would record, he would tour, and he would complete that cycle. And he started his own record company to support it too. And so he was totally self-sufficient. So God bless him for setting up his life to make it work for him.
Right.
But he was such a seemingly miserable prick, first of all, and so was sort of misanthropic about it. Where you look at someone like Prince was highly featured today in the online world because it's 5 years since he died. And he was a guy who worked in that same sort of way, but he was clearly doing it for audiences.
Yes. Yeah.
He wanted to share the shit.
Yeah. I can't even place Frank Zappa in not that it matters, a type of music, but.
Well, they always called him a rock musician, but it's not really true.
And it's...
I mean, he played rock along the way, but that's not... It's sort of...
Yes.
It underplays what he is by saying he's a rock musician.
I was interested in the...
What they didn't talk about at all was really his guitar playing, which I thought would have been a sort of something to talk about.
They didn't talk about it?
Not really, no. They talked about him as a composer much more than him as a guitar player. So that's all besides. Besides the point. I mean, if you love Zappa, you should watch the doc. If you don't, you're not. It's not going to make you love Zappa. It made me kind of go, well, I'm sort of ambivalent about his music, and I don't think he was that great a dude. And I respect that he created his artistic world. But everyone who collaborated with him felt like they were disappointing him. It sounds like,
Yeah, I did tell you I knew somebody who played in his band, and he was very strict. But this guy may have had some drug problems.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that Zappa didn't like you to do drugs.
Yeah, he had no respect or time for drugs.
It's so funny because he's one of my early, the Mothers of Invention. I don't know, they were like one of the first groups or something, and that I remember listening to, but I realize now, like, I don't even know what their music was. I can't think of what their hits. Not their hits.
Well, they didn't.
I can't think of an example.
Yeah,
of them.
they never had hits. You know.
Like, and Weasels Eat My Flesh. Is that it?
I don't know the timeline. I can't place the songs in the timeline, really.
Right. I like a Shake.
There was the original Mothers of Invention.
Right.
There was, and then he sort of went, well, I don't have to pay a whole standing group all the time, so I'll just hire the people I need for each gig and call them the Mothers, And that's when Flo and Eddie joined him.
The other thing is that I was thinking since last night, and I've done a lot of thinking since last night, how little I know about, and I know it's like a theme that I keep going back to, but it's like, I don't know enough about so many things. I mean, the Beatles, check.
Yeah.
Elvis Costello, got it.
Right.
R.E.M., you know it. Steve Earle, you got it. I'm sorry, I just miss Brody. I do a good Brody Stevens. You positive energy. He's from the Valley. Is it like someone's uncle who they bring to you at a party? Go, Josh, my Uncle Andy does great voices. Andy, do some of your impressions. Josh is a comedian. Oh, he doesn't want to hear my
do Brody Stevens.
Okay, you ready? You got it. Enjoying it. I was driving down Doheny. But here's the thing. I want to go. I can do that, and I can do Eddie Pepitone. But we were in the middle of a conversation.
Right.
That's the annoying part of it.
Right. Well, in this case, I actually listened enough to feel where we went on the off ramp.
Okay, but I did want to say that I do like Shake Your Booty, though. Is my favorite funny album.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite albums.
Well, and I think that was the one that was, fortunately for him, what he put out right when he started his own label.
Oh. That's actually probably sold.
But Shake Your Booty, it seems like that's like the most concentrated funny album.
Yeah. And I never was into scatological things, even when you do it.
Even with my artful approach.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't say you bring a new dimension to scatology. I don't think you turn bathroom humor on its head. You don't flip the script.
Have you ever heard me do scat singing? Shit, 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 shit.
It's unbelievable. You don't even care to commit to the specific thing. You just are committing to annoying me. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah, well, hasn't that
not annoying me?
Isn't that your tactic generally?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my go-to.
Shit, 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 shit.
Oh, you know what? It's so funny. You know how something you can say over and over again, and then it's funny? Now I'm turned around on it. There's nothing funnier than shit to me. Shit, tons of shit. Oh.
You're not making me feel any less than.
It took me 4 years to figure out when people make a heart online. Is that what they're doing? They love you, or it looks like something is greater than something else.
Yeah, yes, it's the greater than, and then a 3.
Right. It took me many, many years. Many, many years. I can't even figure out, is it Papa M. Barkley? What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I know you don't, but if this was the first thing I said to you, you would have kicked my ass off the phone by now. And no, it's my favorite topicals cannabis cream, Papa. And it looks like it's an End Barkley.
Wow.
Or it could be Papa Barkley.
Wow, you have gone off the conversational reservation.
Wow. Well, can I just say one thing to you?
I'm going to read labels to you now. This is your tactic.
Okay, let me just say one thing to you, though. But forget that. I think I can save
First,
it.
I'm going to do wordplay about the label, and then I'm going to go back to read you the label.
I just want to say this. Happy 420 to you again.
Thank you, sir.
And I had a great 420, and I got so much edibles. I mean, I got a great deal on them. I got a thing where I got an eighth of Chem Dog, and then I get 2 more eighths, $4.20 each. $4.20. You know how they came up with that?
I still can't get it. I can't figure it out. I can't crack it.
All right, $4.20. So I got 3 eighths for $68.40. Do you know how that makes a Jew feel?
It makes me feel like a Rasta Jew.
I mean, I don't like stereotypes, but when you get a good deal, that's what I used to think when I was a kid. You know, when you
and where was that?
What?
That deal?
Oh, I was at the only place I seem to go recently.
Okay.
Is not the refinery.
Not the refinery.
Done with that.
Yeah.
I'm not done with anything. But I seem to like the I like that place, and I like the curbside pickup. And
you like the celebrity discount?
No, because that's what keeps you. You know what keeps you humble? Every other time, most of the time, it's 5. Somehow it comes out 5 cents.
Yeah.
And then every 4th trip, it's like $60 off. So.
Well, they give points there.
Oh, and I do redeem the points as well. Isn't that a great story too?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Can you make a note for the greatest hit show, the Papa, and just say Papa, and make this note, Papa Barkley. Okay. I'll know what to do with it. It is amazing that I think
time code.
Well, what if I said Baby Jeters to you? Would that?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
That does.
Sure.
Oh, I need to go back to that place. We have such difficult life here, Josh. I have to remember to go back to a pot. I love more than anything else, maybe more than my family and my kids. Yeah. I love that pot's legal.
Yeah. Shit, my kids. I left them in the car.
What is it that you?
1989.
And is it? I always forget. Is it windows all the way up?
Yeah.
Or
yes. Seal a child, bake a dog.
I have a dog. I didn't tell you. I was going to be surprised. I got a dog. Yeah. I left it in the car with the windows up so it wouldn't make noise. Now I'm going to go down and see how he's doing.
It's just a hobby.
Yeah. Yo. That's a kind of joke that I enjoyed. Sassafras tea!
So the other doc I just watched last night.
What was that?
Was the Hulu doc, Too Funny to Fail, which was about Dana Carvey's ABC show.
Oh, that sounds like that could be really great.
Yeah, it was a pretty good doc. And it was, and it actually did have a story with beginning, middle, and end, which was nice.
Was there Louis C.K.?
He was not. I mean, yes, he was he was a big part of the story, but he was not in the doc for obvious reasons.
Oh, in other words, like you were saying when you're saying he's in the doc, but he's not in the doc talking about it.
Right.
Right. Got it. Yeah. And I mean, I know what the story is with that show. It always sounded like it was I don't remember watching that much of it. I love Dana Carvey, and I love that they were doing like weird things and stuff, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. Comedically, I remember it being spotty, some really funny stuff and tons of totally self-indulgent stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a great story in terms of, not that dissimilar from Freaks and Geeks, which is, you can't keep telling the network to fuck off unless your ratings are really good.
Right.
And they were just making the wrong show, for they were on after Home Improvement,
And that to me is so weird.
And they were steadfastly making the wrong show, you know.
And then it was Smigel, right?
Yeah, it was Smigel, and I mean, Carvey, Smigel, and Louis C.K. were the the head of it, and then,
right.
And then there was Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert, Charlie Kaufman, bunch
Who's
of
Charlie.
The guy who
is
wrote,
he a writer?
Yeah, he wrote
adaptation,
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and adaptation. And,
oh, okay, but he also acted too.
Well, he was
writing
a writer on that show.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it seems like a weird time slot. Even if they had gotten it right, I don't know if they. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, think of all the great primetime sketch shows of the last 30 years. Oh wait, there's none that have worked.
Yeah, that's
well, in Living Color did okay.
Right, and not I guess not Mad TV, really, right?
That wasn't prime time.
Yeah. How about were there any women on the show?
Barely any, and I can't remember the main woman's name.
Yeah, there was a lot of guy energy there.
There was a lot of white guy energy that is really conspicuous these days.
Right. Yes.
But at the time, every room I was in at that time was all white guys. So.
Yeah, and the thing about that show, I mean, we know Louis C.K. was really able to expose a lot of myths and puncture stereotypes by exposing. Did a lot of exposition.
Want to try that? Want to try another?
Okay,
pass?
I'll try it again.
Want to circle around?
I'll go around the block. Hey. You know what's interesting about that show is that Louis C.K. was one of the writers, and I always think when about that show, I wonder what would have happened if he hadn't exposed himself in front of people. Maybe he should have thought of that.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that better?
That's better. I think it is. I think it is.
You know what though? I only worked, and you know how I have to bring it around to me. I mean, actually, I'm surprised that I would bring something around to me.
Right.
But he was a sweetheart when I did the Young Comedian special when he hosted it, and every time I've seen Dana Carvey since then, he is like he must be a sweet person because he plays
very, very sweet in the doc.
Yeah, so I always root for him.
Yeah. I would say I like him more after this doc than I did before, and I didn't dislike him before, but
right. Wait, let me see. I'm trying to think of this. That's all I got. But wait, where'd you watch that on?
Hulu.
You said Hulu.
I did.
I'm very Jewish and I hate to say that I'm Jewish because I don't like to feed into the stereotypes. But every time you say what it's on, I can't stop thinking, should I get, as you're talking, I saw something on Hulu. I was like, should I get it? Josh has Hulu.
Yeah.
It's a deduction. What's the matter with, I think it's the OCD. Maybe do you ever think of maybe I'm a bad person? Do you ever think of that?
Do I ever not think of that?
Wow! And that's what you call comedy. Well, I don't think I called that comedy.
No, not really. It was just sort of snark, really.
Well, we did. We are still very happy about the verdict.
Are we?
Aren't we?
Are you near?
Yeah. What were you hoping for?
I don't know. You just started
a split.
I didn't know that we had the mood narrator.
It's so hard to do a show. I mean, I was so great last night.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Josh.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing you did do well. Is we started to have a fight, which didn't really come out of anything real, but it was starting to feel like a fight. And I was like, we can't have a fight right now. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. I was relatively proud of myself. I did pat my own back after.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
And also,
so I'm patting your back now too.
Well, I'd like to pat your back right back because basically you placed it in a way in which you gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. Which was why would I want to go? Why would I want to go further? Everyone seems upset. Everyone's upset. Let's not go further into it.
Yeah, it was
But
good.
I'm very proud of a word that I don't think I've ever used in my entire life. I pulled out against you in the start of that conflagration. I said to you, oh God, it's the, wait. What did I say about, I characterized what you were doing?
I was being combative, I think you said.
Yes. I've never used that word ever.
Yeah.
Combative. I'm sorry, you're just being combative.
How did it feel deploying it?
It felt stupid today, but it was still, it felt okay when I was
at least you
deploying
didn't.
it.
At least you didn't Norm Crosby it or anything. But
Oh, I've been walking around with a Norm Crosby.
you're being very clamato.
All day long. My wife, she was very, she had sex at a young age. She was very viscous.
Yeah,
Something like that.
she was very probiscus.
Yeah, she wasn't, I guess it doesn't work, right? Probiscus. You know what?
No.
How much time should I put into
Probiscus
his
is the
career?
word.
What's it?
Probiscus was the word I was using.
Oh. No, I was saying that I was making it even more disgusting. Like she's what is it called? Lubricated. Isn't that what viscous means?
Well, now it does when you tie it together in that graphic way.
Can you hear that, or you can't hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, if you don't hear it, then we're good. That's.
Are you doing a Jeffrey Tubin right now?
No. I already came. I'll text it to you.
If I couldn't hear it, it doesn't matter. No, I'm not hearing it.
So anyway,
if I hear it when I'm editing, I'll edit or I'll cut it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The thing I was going to tell you was that I really do think, because I watch a lot of these World War II things. I think we would have made amazing spies. I don't see anything. It was smooth as silk, you and I.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Actually, every time I think if we really did try to pull off a heist, it wouldn't be much different than the movie we did.
Like the best ever heist?
No. I mean, like if we actually tried to pull, wouldn't pull off a good heist. First of all, I'm not pulling off a heist.
I was just
So
saying.
don't get any ideas.
I know. I was just saying that the movie was the best ever, is my point. And so the analogy must be we'd pull off the best heist ever.
What movie are you referring? I'm referring to The Fiddling Horse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the best conversation I've ever had with you. And you're going to say it's not good. Because you know what? Like the Beatles, sometimes they didn't know it's the best fucking take, right? They're upset. Paul McCartney didn't like Let It Be when it was happening, but look how fucking good it is to watch those guys fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you know what I like that you've introduced in the last couple of weeks, and I'm very proud of you.
I like that you've stopped detecting irony ever.
What was ironic that I missed? I don't think I've ever gotten irony.
Me saying The Fiddling Horse was the best movie ever? That was sort of
Heist. Not the.
You said if we do a heist, it'll be like the movie. And I said, so the best heist ever?
That's funny, Joe. Why didn't you tell me it then? Why didn't you tell me it?
Jesus Christ. This is
Why didn't you tell me this?
The fucking nursing home preview show.
That's not funny. You're gonna have to learn to deal with it. And you can't make all of your jokes about it too. Hey, dribbly, this way. Hey, Andy, look like your brain still works if you could for the doctor while he comes in. I don't know. You wouldn't do that to me. Isn't that what you wouldn't? What's happened to baby
Andy, Jim
Jamie?
McCauley is here.
Oh. Okay, I'm ready. He's dead, Andy. Oh God, Josh. That went too far. Not really. Oh, this has been no. We're not ready to go. Don't worry about it. I'm not even flagging. My energy is not even flagging.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
I do know.
I'm just getting warmed up.
I haven't even cleared my throat yet.
Yeah, let's talk. So we never said that Derek Chauvin is in jail for the rest of his life for very many years, and we're thrilled about it.
Agreed.
We're both thrilled.
Agreed.
About it.
Yes.
But this is not a news show. No one comes here. No one's going to listen to the show next Monday wondering what happened in the Derek Chauvin trial.
I did have what has been interesting. I've been thinking about my dad a lot because they keep showing down. My dad did most of his trial work in that building where the trial.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So,
Where do I know where that is? Or it's not that far from Acme, right?
No, it's downtown Minneapolis.
Right. Hennepin.
Not Hennepin, but if you were to take Hennepin and then take a left from the club, you'd get there.
I knew that.
And they're always talking in front of buildings he used to have his office in or something. And so I think of my dad a lot. And in that courtroom, not that particular courtroom necessarily, but before I left town, I went and saw him do a whole trial.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, you probably do know that. I've probably told it before. But, yeah, before I left, before I moved away that summer, I went and, it was just a civil trial, but it was, but I at least got to watch him work through a whole case. How
was it to watch him?
It was great. He was like using me as a resource. He was like, watch the jury for me. And, and the lawyer he was opposed to was a total little prick. So it was fun to see. But and it was like a wrongful firing case, and my dad was for the defense, and I was talking to my dad, and I was like, well, so what? Does your client owe the guy? And he's like, yeah, my client owes the guy like $18,000. That's the right, that's contractually, that's really what he owes him. He was being sued for way more than that.
Oh.
And so we come back from lunch, a break in the trial one day, and I see my dad walk off into the corner with the opposing counsel, and he's clearly offering him a settlement offer. And he's just whispering to him. And I hear the opposing counsel go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And my dad kind of walks away smirking, And and I asked him on the way home, I was like, what did you offer him? He was $18,000. Because that's the right amount. And so, so they finished the case, and like I wasn't there for the actual verdict, and but the verdict was he owed him $18,000.
That's so cool. And your father seemed to enjoy the action.
He did it. Yeah. Oh no, he loved courtroom. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't mind annoying the other guy. No,
he liked all of it.
And is it? I always thought it would be similar to like stand up.
It can be. It depends. It depends on the case and your tactics.
Right. I mean, not that you have to. But I mean, it's a similar skill.
But he, my dad liked an audience. That's for sure.
Oh, that is so great.
So I was really, and then he died like 2 years later. So I was really especially glad that I had done it.
And I forget because I forget, but he had not been, he had never been, it was kind of sudden what happened to him.
No, he had cancer.
No, but I mean, like when he was going that trial, had he had cancer before that trial that you saw?
I think
or was it after it?
I think he, no, because he had cancer several years earlier.
Wow.
And then it recurred shortly after I moved to LA. So at that point he didn't know, but he did keep practicing while he was fighting cancer.
That's such a cool thing. What made you do that? Like sometimes when you're younger, you don't realize you should do something. Like go see your dad's trial.
I don't know. I'm an old soul.
Did you ever go when you were a kid?
I went to his office.
Right.
Many times, but I had never actually watched him in court.
Man, that's so cool. I never saw I
don't know what possessed me to go, hey, can I just come with you and watch this whole week? Yeah.
That's great. And then you spent the rest of your life pretty much on juries of various kinds.
Exactly. I was trained in.
So weird that you've been in some. Wait, so have they not called you?
I think you just jinxed it, but yeah, not for a while.
Oh, well, but you love it. You go, honey,
$15 a day, baby.
Get my suit pressed.
That's right. No, I really, really don't want to do it anymore.
I think you shouldn't have to. I know what you're saying. I really don't want to do it, though. I think I'm.
But I
old enough
did know. I knew in my juror heart, like when they said the juries come to a verdict yesterday. I knew it was a conviction. Yeah,
that's so good.
I mean, anyone who knows anything seemed to know that too. But I was like, yeah, they would just had to decide what flavor murder they were dealing with.
Yeah, I hope they didn't present it like that in the court with the flavor.
No, but I think I might have used it when I was foreman of a jury deciding what flavor murder was.
Oh my God! Are you telling me that you may have been blowhardy, or no?
I don't think I was blowhardy. No, I think I was very folksy. Actually,
I would be blowhardy.
What's blowhardy about what flavor murder? That's not blowhardy. That's flippant.
Well, it's a little bit putting a little. It's a little English on the thing. No, you're right. I used the wrong word, but I try to use these words.
But we got into a situation where I was like, all right, well, what we need, let's ask this question first, which is, do we all think that he killed the person? And everyone did. And then I'm like, okay, well, then it's okay. Our task is now to decide what flavor it is. I think.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Man, you've made some decisions that have changed people's lives and stuff. I've done nothing. Nothing. I gave a cat a perfect score on PetStars because the owner tied a fork to the cat's paw, and then the cat and shoveled the food into the cat.
Oh, I thought the cat went and stabbed someone in the eye.
The cat. I wish the cat. And I don't normally think this, but I wish the cat had stabbed the owner in the eye, so I wouldn't have had to give a perfect score to what was probably a kitty abuse. You're supposed to dress up your cat like he's a waiter.
When were you a judge on PetStars?
Whenever the show was on the air, and they gave me 2 shots of it. Did you ever see it?
No.
It was Mario Lopez.
No, I only know of it because you mentioned it.
$5,000 a show.
Nice.
They should do a documentary about the Jews just from this conversation. Don't you think?
I think it sort of self-documents the Jews.
I know, but my crassness knows no bounds.
Yes. Well, your lack of boundaries knows no bounds.
Yeah, my lack of boundaries knows no bounds. I have a lack of boundaries for my boundaries. Okay, but I was going to say something to you. Why don't I just say something instead of saying?
Yeah.
What's the wind up about?
It's stalling.
If I was a pitcher, everybody would steal off of me every goddamn time. Also, I'm a righty.
If I was a pitcher, then again, no. A man.
Wait, what is that song? Is that Gordon Lightfoot?
No, it's yours.
Then again.
No, it's your song.
Elton John. Did I get it?
Yes, it's your song.
I know it's my song, but what's the name of it? I like comedy sketch work. I like comedy too. You do the same bit over and over. Is Mr. Greenstein here? He's speaking. Ow. Did I win you over with my voice there?
I don't know if you won me. I think you won me back.
I have perfect pitch.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that I saw George Miller on an old on a Carson from 1978, which I don't think in a long time I've seen one that was an hour and a half. They were an hour and a half back then.
Yes, they show those on the weekends now here.
And he was very funny. I mean, not everything was great, but he was very funny. And, then he went over and sat on the panel.
Like,
and it was
no one had an act where everything was great in the 70s.
No. There was some, I'm forgetting, there was some really, a couple of clunkers in there.
But there is a difference. Like, if you watch, like, sets from the 80s, of our generation, if you will, and before, like, those sets are like, kill.
Right.
Whereas the 70s sets are really much spottier.
I never thought of it that way, and now I will only think of it that way. That's true. And when he came, yeah. So it was a spotty, but it was interesting. I just think he was. I don't know why I have to defend him. I'm not defending him. I love him, but I think he was very underrated in a way. But also maybe because he did have drug problems and things, and I think he got very was not exactly ambitious.
Yeah, I mean, he's also one of those guys who is just an attitude.
Yeah, I
you know what I mean? And it was and it's a cranky old man attitude. So there's not, unless he can really act, which I never got a sense he could.
Yeah, he didn't really.
What was going to be the next step?
Right. But when he scored, he had some fucking great jokes.
Yeah, absolutely funny. But he was kind of like if Harvey Picar wrote jokes.
Yeah, he does have that kind of. But I was so nervous watching him on. I'm nervous a lot watching anybody on panel because I could tell. I know he struggled a little bit with his memory, so it was like Johnny had to kind of help him. Like, Johnny, didn't you didn't you say someone wrote you a letter? Wrote you a letter? Oh yeah, I have that. It's like he had to cue him up pretty good.
Yeah.
Did that make any sense there, or did I?
It did. I mean,
it did. It did, but why?
I think it sounds more like a bad segment producer than a bad memory.
Well, Dick Van Patten was on the show, which I didn't watch, but Robert Mitchum was on the show, and I would watch so many more of these just to see those actors.
Here with Dick Van Patten.
But you could tell Johnny loved Robert Mitchum. I mean, Johnny was just would do anything Robert Mitchum requested.
Yeah. No, Johnny was always very happy when he had Old Hollywood on.
And this was in 78. So Robert Mitchum was, and then they talked about pot and stuff like that, because I think he got arrested in something, and
yeah.
I don't know what the whole story was. But, and Doc Severinsen was there too.
That's good.
Did you watch the Doc Severinsen American Masters?
No, I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's a PBS.
No, I understand that, but
you literally couldn't find it.
It wasn't rerunning.
All right. Well,
and it wasn't on demand.
I'll put some time into it. No, you won't.
But I'll come across it at some point.
Yes. And what was I watching on you? I was watching something on YouTube's. The YouTube's. I forget what it was. Isn't that a good story? What's the matter with me? Sometimes I really think there's something wrong with me, and then sometimes I think it's a shtick I'm using because I got nothing.
Yeah, it might be.
It's like, oh, you know what the problem is, Josh? Is I'm so out there. I can't have a regular discussion.
You're too funny to fail.
Ooh, failing. Ooh, what a concept. Ooh. Oh, too funny to fail. Oh. Wait a second. What was the name of Too Funny to Fail? I've already forgotten it.
That was the doc I was talking about earlier with Dana Carvey's show. So.
Oh, because I was thinking that would not be the right name for the Zappa doc.
No, not.
And then my mind got into that, senior area. It's a senior area, and I hope you don't get into this area.
Yeah.
And maybe you won't, because I think I'll
die first.
Before you get like me?
Yeah.
No. That's not what I mean, that's not a nice man, what you just said there. That's not a man. You don't mean that, what you're saying. I'm very delightful if you came and spent time with me like you do off pod.
No, I'm not saying I'd prefer to die first.
You would prefer?
No, I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that's how I avoid it. I won't end up like you because I will die before I get to that point.
What do you mean you'll kill you? You're not going to kill yourself, chicken.
I'd rather die than get to that point.
You're a chicken. I don't think you have the guts to kill yourself. What if you did push someone and you thought you were kidding? It was a bit.
I think we'd both have a hard time living with that.
I wouldn't live with it. I'd run out of a fucking window. Unless you would left me a note that said, don't worry about it. Andy, I don't want Andy. It's Josh from the death. Don't blame yourself. It was more Allison's fault. First of all,
52-48.
52-48. I don't want any of my loved ones to feel that they caused this. But if they should, I would like them to feel it apportioned in the following percentages. I do want people to feel
That would be a fun. That would be a fun thing for your will, is to assign blame.
I hope that by the time I died, that I don't do things like assign blame in my will.
Yeah.
And I just get over that Stewie thing. I almost said his last name. Stewie. My friend. My friend who did not want to befriend me. What about me was so awful? And why did I want him so much?
I don't know. Why do you still?
Was I gay? Was I gay? Was I gay because I slept? Was I gay, or is it because I slept with 12 people in my 20s, men, and had an affair with Josh in my 30s?
Do not drag me.
I am dragging.
Do not drag me into bed with you.
Why not? You got to go down with the ship. I am really happy. You know, sometimes you think you didn't give it your all. You know, but tonight. Oh, I can't even finish the sentence. It's so great.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being here, for being a part of it.
Why are you winding down exactly?
I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm not winding down. I am not, because I know we started 15 minutes late. So I'm not like that. I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy who, I would be you would never hear, oh, Andy gives 110%. Oh, you would never hear that about me.
No, you'd hear it maybe in 4 different things. Andy gives 35%. Andy gives 40%. Andy gives 30%. And Andy gives 15%.
You had to add them all up?
I think I got there.
I think you did a good job. Good job. No, you don't hear that. And you also don't hear, I know when I leave the office, I can rest assured that Andy's going to take care of all the details.
Yes. They actually stand around the water cooler talking about how detail-oriented you are.
Now, true, granted, I did work my ass off on the last winter anniversary show and came through like a champ.
You know what? That's getting old.
Oh, my God. That's the only thing? That's so...
I spent 10 minutes on a thing once.
Oh, that's very sad. But you know what? My father, before he died, he said, I hope that you get a chance to work on an anniversary show, and I hope that someone doesn't make fun of you.
I hope that somebody doesn't make fun of you, stupid.
How come your voice left for a second?
It didn't, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was making fun of your dad, and then threw in him making fun of you.
You know, that hurts me. Because
I would hope so. I went way out of my way for it.
Let me tell you something, my friend. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father.
Yeah.
I don't have one sibling left. One sibling.
Yeah, we're even. We are exactly dead even.
Yeah, but I'm older. It's sadder.
I think that goes. I think it goes the other way.
Why? Your life is sunny. You're like it's.
Yeah, but I was orphaned way younger than you.
Yeah, that's true. I always have. No, I really feel like you went through pain. I was around. My parents, when they finally died,
were around
I was
until
like,
you were a senior citizen, virtually.
Exactly. I was like, I was like Prince Charles. Come on, old lady. Is his name Prince Charles?
Yes. Assuming you're talking about Prince Charles.
Yeah, but he could have been King Charles.
He's going to be King Charles.
No, he will not. His mother is never going to die.
She's going to die.
She won't because she's very
Prince
spiteful.
Philip didn't tell her where he left the prescriptions.
I have to tell you something. Prince Philip passing away was one of the saddest things that has happened in my life. I mean, a man taken in the prime of his life.
Wow.
A man who, and let's face it, who do you think of when you think of England and London? You think of Prince Philip and his more marvelous, his marvelous gait. Remember in World War II when he fetched something for the wife. I don't know. He was probably a Navy commander, for all I know. He probably went up against Rommel, for all I know. For all I know. I just want to say, look, I make fun of things. I haven't been the same since Prince Philip died. You know why? Because he was 99 years old. I didn't think about it for one. I just want to say one thing.
Andy Kindler's State of the Royalty address.
Hey, sorry, Philip. You're not gonna get a tear out of me. Maybe if you would died at 95. This guy knows what I'm talking. This guy dozing off knows what I'm talking about. Oh, is the Duke of Schmooshmaster laughing?
What about these kids with the baby coming who don't know what color it's coming out?
Oh, they're all upset now. They're all upset. We ask one simple question. How dark will the baby be? And we're the bad guy.
We just asked what setting is the toaster on?
I feel like remember a couple of weeks ago when I said I think I went minstrelsy.
Yeah.
I think I went minstrelsy. Because I did something like a yakka viral. But thought spiral.
Yeah, I listened to it closely and couldn't, you didn't even get authentic enough to be minstrelly.
Yeah, I'm from the street, John.
You never transcended Jewy.
What up? Oh, really, dog? I'll tell you something, dog. Are you going to play me like that, dog? Don't play me like that, homie. Hey, homie. I don't think people say homie anymore.
No, they don't. This is a 20-year-old parody you're doing.
Get DC on the phone. It's not DC. Get CJ on the phone. This is
almost as good as the Jim Belushi white guy rap.
And I'm a white guy. And when are you going to end this fucking conversation? Are you trying to kill me?
I am.
What did I do?
I'm trying to truly end this conversation.
What did I do? You're the one who.
All right. If you reject, are you rejecting me? You're just saying I don't. You're just flat out saying I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I want to talk to you right now, even more than I did a minute ago. You know why? Let's get down to it. Let's get to the meat of why we're doing this podcast.
Oh, does anyone remember what I was saying? Because I forgot. What?
You don't do impressions?
No, I mean before that. I started into a joke. Anytime I've ever asked the crowd what I was talking about, nobody. What's that?
XM Satellite Radio.
Thank you. The first person who's ever listened to my act. First person. This guy's going with, I say, what did I just say? You go, what did I just say? Come on. I could do that. I could do that is what I just said. You just asked us if anybody remember what the joke I was doing. Person's listening over here. They're not downloading something. But I want a comedy station like the classic rock stations. It's comedy radio. I'll be down at TJ Crab every Saturday night with a Y95 funny van. It's comedy radio, all the hilarious bits from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I hope everybody had a good Bill March. 4 more months to Mocktober. Not 4 more. That's right, don't forget, it's all Observational Tuesday. 70, 80 comics wondering what's the deal with this situation and who's the genius rocket scientist who came up with that thing. All Tuesday night. All Tuesday night. Wednesday night, it's prop night on comedy radio. Imagine what it looks like what they're holding. Carrot Top, that was funny. Carrot Top was holding up a tennis racket with a toaster, and he was saying if you ever want toast on the court, you could just attach it to your tennis racket. Pretty funny stuff, Carrot Top. Where is he now? Where is he now? All right, this one's from 1999. It's Craig Shoemaker, the Love Master, doing his Y2K KY Jelly Chunk. Check it out. See what you think. See if you enjoy it. It's pretty funny stuff. All right, that was great. That one was from 2003. I don't think it's comedy. Sounded more like a racist rant. Lisa Lampanelli, what do you people think? She's got a problem with the Puerto Ricans. Oh, this one's going into the vault. Mort Saul from 1955, upset about someone named Mamie Eisenhower. I don't know what the hell that guy was talking about. Always carrying a newspaper. Nobody laughed. That's right, Mort Saul's going down. That's right, nobody is safe from my vague wit. Well, it's like a joke door closed. It's like a radio play of a door closing. All right, folks, I'm sick of this show already. No, this is a great show, is what I meant to say.
Hi, Josh. Andy Kindler.
Andy Kindler?
Oh, didn't you know that we were having a thing?
No.
And when I say a thing, I mean a sexual tryst.
Ouch.
I hope so.
Do you have the wrong number?
Ouch. If I'm doing it right. Oh, God, I'm going to get sued for that. And boy, did I have the wrong number. I might get sued by the old age people.
Yeah.
The rotary phone people.
No, I still called the number today.
What's that?
There's still a number involved.
Oh, this is why I hunger for a podcast partner who will take a lovely romp, a fantasy romp through our improv mind.
Which one? The one where we're having sex or the one where we're using old-timey
No, I'm
phones?
out of there. I'm trying to put that behind us.
Right.
Put it behind us.
Okay.
Stop thinking about us having sex.
So just the old-timey phones then.
Yes. Rotary phones. What's next? Kiwanis phones?
Wow. From the Jokes of Columbus collection.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, and this joke's about that old. 65 degrees downtown Los Angeles this weekend. Why would anybody ever go to a show that has a crazy thing? This weekend, fuck faces. Get down there, you stupid idiots. free chicken or
there you go.
Free heavy metal things.
There you go. The free chicken and heavy metal. How do you resist that?
Get down there. The crawling creepies. The pustulating sores. The bleeding pustulates. Get it? It's in your face. Well, hello, Orville.
Acid dunk tank.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if you were in radio for 30 years and you had to hear that sound every day? You might kill yourself.
I might.
You'd be walking around like thinking you're in a fog.
But you know what? I'd be killing myself in a much smaller market.
You'd be a big suicide in a small killing lake.
Yes, a killing lake.
She's dragging the thing while she's dragging the lake. Hey, folks, if you don't want to pay as much for Josh Elvis Weinstein impression, why don't you try Andy Kindler? Half the price, and it almost sounds like it. Here's his Elvis Costello. Why don't you drag in the thing with watching the detective there? And you also get Graham Parker. Hey! Hey, I blew out a comedy tie right in the middle of it.
That's okay.
Oh. I'm not. That's not even a lull. That was me.
No, that was you expelling delight.
It really was. It really, really was. And in typical Andy Kindler, people talk about themselves. You know, and you're going to die when you hear this. I have friends who would say that I would die. Like people I've met twice. Why would I die? You're going to love this. I'm thinking of one person.
I guess.
Oh, you're going to die when I tell you this.
Yeah. You do understand.
can't-
You understand there are these things we call figures of speech.
No. This was like an indication of the person's boundaries being off. And complete mental something. She had a mental problem. Look, I've learned through therapy. Don't blame the people, but they were sick. I was coming from a good place, apparently, from my therapist, Vinny. My therapist, Vinny.
Yeah.
Come on, take it away. Write that script. Hey, this guy's suicidal, Vinny. You have to save his life with your session. No problem.
Send him some gabagool and he'll be fine.
Oh, I love the juxtaposition. I don't think it's spelled that way, but that's how you pronounce it. Juxtaposition.
That's okay. Gabagool isn't spelled that way either. So.
Gabagool. Which stereotypes are more boring, Italian or Jews?
They blend a lot. Right. Once you get to the mothers, they blend a lot, except for how they dress.
I always like to think the Jews have more of an annoying range.
Because you've experienced the full annoying range.
That's true. Hey, casa bocucci. That's
Yeah.
what, if I had
You
grown up in Italian,
you don't necessarily
that's what I'd
have
be
the Italian nuances.
saying. Hey, my mama's going to make you some pizza batch. Hey, you like pasta azul? Come on over. Hey, Josh, come on over. Josh, are you from the north? Come on, where are you from? Sicily? Sicily.
Yeah.
You know Stanley Tucci?
No, but I hear he's around searching. I heard.
bravissimo.
I got word he's looking. He's out there looking for us.
Oh, he's like a.
He's never going to find Italy if he keeps stopping to eat like that.
He's taking his time. I would love to get some kind of audition and go old school Chico Marx. Hey, what's the matter for you? You got the problem? And actually play "Shut Up Your Face" in the background. Hey, hey, it's about as good as the Fonz would be. Because let me tell you something. You think the Fonz was tough? I'm agnostic when it comes to Henry Winkler. I mean, I do enjoy him, but I don't have deep feelings about him.
Oh, I don't think you need to.
I don't think I need to, but people seem to think that he's kind of he's a mensch, which would be true because he was Jewish.
I think
not Italian.
I think by all evidence he is in fact a mensch.
Yeah. So hey, let me get upside down with him. Hey, let's think of the relationships that I haven't poisoned, and I don't mean it like it's all my fault. All my fault. It's all my oil can. I have a range today.
You really do.
It's not good, but it's a range.
It's a range of symptoms. I went to the dentist yesterday.
Oh my God, this is first time, right?
Ever.
No, but I mean since the COVID.
Oh, yes.
And and tell me why it's safe. And not from the Marathon Man.
Well, they've all been vaccinated. They're all wearing masks. They have a negative air pressure device hovering right above my mouth.
So far, it sounds like my wedding night. Boop, 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 boop. Scoopy-dee boop.
Was your wedding night in Funky Town by any chance?
Yes. That's what got boring about it. After the third hour, my wife says, let's get to it already.
Stop talking about it.
I didn't tell you I had some impotency problems. Didn't tell you I'm either quick on the trigger or can't get the trigger. Bop, 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 bop.
Won't you take me too?
It all has to do with my mother. Let's get it on.
So yeah, I went to the dentist and all is well. I actually got a great deal. I got enthusiastic praise for the condition of my gums. And
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
What a sad way.
No, with my parents gone, I'll take periodontal nachas.
What's your regimen? Is your regimen the the usual? Or
Pretty, yeah.
I
I don't add any real razzle dazzle to it. It's just diligent flossing.
That is a main thing. But do you like the Oral B, or do you like the vibrating Sonic?
No, I'm a manual guy.
I have to go. I can't believe this. I thought you were taking me. Look, I'm not perfect. Look, buy the box. You'll be happy. What do you mean? Are you kidding me? See, that was an example of I forgot what I was arguing with you about.
I know. I just wanted to see how I wanted to see if you could regroup.
Yeah, I want to see if I can regroup. Do you think it'll be so sad with me, like where you'll say, "Come on, Andy, we're going to go down to the cafeteria. You said you wanted pudding."
Well, it won't be sad for long.
And then Andy, stop kibitzing with
the mop.
Hey, Josh, do you think I had a good set there in the cafeteria today?
I'm over here, Andy. You're talking to the mop again.
Josh, why are you a woman? Why am I going with that? Don't do your stupid trans things. Okay. I just want to tell you.
Speaking of stupid trans things, look who's running for governor.
Who's running for governor? But don't say it as if the trans part is the problem. You weren't saying it.
It's not the problem, no, but it is.
Wait a second. Is that what that idiot is running for?
Yeah.
What party is he going to run on?
It's a she. She's a she, first of all.
Wait, she. What party is she running on? I agree. Look,
it's a she. It was not better than he.
It's a she is terrible. And I don't do the type of cheap trans jokes that you are capable of.
No, but I think this is a very good chance for society to learn how to be against a trans person without being anti-trans.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's what everybody says. But you know what? It's your cheap comedians who aren't funny anyway.
Yeah.
Who, if you're going to do Caitlyn Jenner jokes like Ricky Gervais did on his special, like Caitlyn Jenner can't drive jokes because of the accident she had. I mean, really, look into your own soul, you stupid. I'm talking about Ricky now.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, so she's running for governor on the Republican Party?
Yes, and assuming the recall gets triggered, which it
recall
by all accounts it will.
What do you mean it's going to get triggered? Oh, but does that mean Gavin runs against the other people too? Obviously.
Yes.
I hate this state. What a stupid state we live in.
We do.
You have to admit, when it comes to this, it shouldn't be this easy to just change your mind about the election. Right? Stay with me on it, Josh. Okay. Come on, baby. Josh, come on.
Well, it doesn't change the election. It challenges the election.
I know, but did you like it when Arnold Schwarzenegger replaced the other idiot? No.
No, though I had no allegiance to the other idiot.
The other, you couldn't have. It's like having an allegiance to a sponge, to a shoe.
That was a much better recall play, at least.
It's like a pair of shoes. Do you feel bad that you threw out that pair of shoes? That's not the point. He's a boring, gray. He was worse than a Republican in many ways because he wouldn't, it's got to be where the Democratic people wouldn't pardon anyone or give clemency because they didn't want to be seen as weak. How'd that happen? Hey, I'm getting off my soapbox. You know why? I'm tired.
But thank you for trying out for the debate team.
Yeah. And I don't like those debates. I don't know if you've seen those debate things or movies about them. That does not interest me. Point of order. 6 to the time. Routine 12. Is that what they do? In the debate contest?
I don't know what movies you're talking about or what.
You've seen the movies where the people are debates about the debate teams, where there's like a debate team movie. First of all, there's Debate Team, great movie.
All right.
Then there's Stand and Debate.
Stand and Debate, right. There's Debate Santini.
That's a good name. That one could sell. The Debate Chase. Did you ever see that movie?
Right, sure.
I love that movie, The Paper Chase. I thought that was the clever. It's like a time period where I loved George Segal. I know he passed away. I just thought it was the most clever movie. Look at this with John Houseman and the clever movie, and he's having sex with his daughter. There's nothing real or important about that movie. I couldn't get enough of it.
You wished it never ended, could you say?
I would want to sleep with the lady who I think was not Allie McBeal or
Ally
Ally.
McBeal.
She's not Ally McGraw
Yeah.
in that movie, and I don't know who she is.
Well, that's probably best. That's probably for the best in her case.
Well, I'm sure it was fleshed out. Like all those movies had great roles for women. I'm sure it was all fleshed out.
Sure.
She just wasn't the daughter of the teacher. She probably had her own. She was probably working on a particle physics, and they couldn't go with the B story. You laughed. You tittered at me.
Yeah, that was one of those talking to talk things that made.
You know what? I feel that I could pull that off today.
Yeah.
Be aimlessly talking.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's aim your talking.
Yeah. Did you like that Crosby, Stills and Nash song? Aimlessly talking, licking Harvard's. All right, I'm having so much fun. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Good. Pickles.
Pickles.
Says, do you renounce Satan and all his works and empty promises?
I do. I don't. Yes, because I don't want pickles. I don't want pickles on my bad side. Yes.
I'm going to just stay off the record about Satan either way.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so anti-Satan that there's even a Satan. That's the one thing. I believe that there's the Fantastic Four before I believe there's Satan.
Well, then who made me such a good guitar player?
And why were you down by the tracks with Robert Johnson or something?
Yeah. Thanks for fleshing that out.
Is it Robert Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pickles also says, could Andy tell the joke about two Jews that see the church offering cash for converts?
Yeah, the two Jews that drive down the street, and the one Jew who says, Shmoymi, look at that sign. He says, we pay for converts. Why don't you go in there and just say you converted, you get the $50. They pay $50. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So he drops him off. Okay, I'll see you in a little while. I'll be back with the $50. He's in there for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, and then he finally comes out at midnight and he goes, did you get the $50, Shmoymi? He goes, is that all you people think about? Sassafras tea!
Dan Wade says, hey guys, loved last week's show. I'm going to give you background on this one, Andy, because it's a callback. Because he promoted his podcast on last week's show. And I said it was okay. So that's the background you need for the laughs you're going to get from this. Hey guys, loved last week's show. Just wanted to let you listeners know that if they visit my Herbalife site this week, they can get 10% off with promo code Bing Bang. Josh, don't worry. I checked with Andy ahead of time and he said go for it.
Bing bang.
See the way I primed you for it rather than having to back explain?
This is why I really am hopeful that in my declining years that you will bring me some joy by keeping me engaged.
I'll keep, yeah. Once a week with those. I'll bring some cross and no puzzles.
And you'll have to bring one comic who I didn't get along with every week to visit with you.
That'll be
Right?
hard to find.
Actually, I'm a sweetheart.
It's harder to schedule a vaccine.
Oh. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Dan Marsh. Hey guys, if you could get back one physical possession that you lost, broke, used up, or wore out, what would it be?
I think it would be my Ibanez guitar. Because my ex-girlfriend Patty has, and I often miss it.
Yeah.
But I think it would be rude to go ask for it back.
I think it would. I think the statute of guitar limitations is up.
But it's a Les Paul copy, and it plays so sweet.
Yeah.
But I don't think about it that much.
Well, and it's pretty replaceable.
Yes. So I am not really answering the question. I guess I don't have a...
No, I think that you did answer the question. I'm just saying we can solve your problem. You just get another guitar.
Oh, I'll put that on my bucket list. I have a Strat,
Yeah.
but I've never learned to play well. Because just somebody cut this part out and tell me, and just take my guitar and throw it out the window, okay?
No, but I'll come pick it up.
No, you're not.
QMOC says we're up to TS206, and there's 206 bones in the human body. That can't be a coincidence. What's your favorite bone?
I like the tibia.
Tibia's a good bone. I'll give you that. Now I'm torn between that and my sternum.
Well, but do you think the initial premise is correct that there?
I'm not gonna fibia. So tibia is a good bone.
So what's that product I like? Tibia. Satibia.
Satibia. I thought you were going for the facial cream.
I swear to God, I couldn't. I felt like the light went out of my eyes halfway through that. I like comedy sketch work. I like comedy too.
Chaotic Neutral wants to know have you guys heard of Josh Fight? A battle royale amongst a bunch of Joshes that's happening tomorrow as you read this. The winner keeps the name. The losers, well, let's face it, they're all losers. Wow.
Why? Because they have the name Josh?
I guess. There is he sent me what appears to be a Wikipedia clipping. The Josh Swain fight or Josh fight refers to a screenshot of a Facebook group message from April 2020. It's April a year ago, consisting of a number of people named Josh Swain, in which the creator of the group sharing the same name gives the other members of the group specific coordinates and tells them to meet on April 24th, 2021.
What do they do then?
For a battle royale to decide who keeps the name, ultimately giving them a year to prepare.
I can't make it.
Yeah. Well, you're not Josh Swain, so that's okay.
They shouldn't do any of these. Let's meet up somewhere because that all the people swat each other. Just everyone should stay in their homes.
Way to go, Kissinger. You. Andy, at what point do people stop calling 80-year-old atheist Richard Andy, at what point do people stop calling 80-year-old Richard Dawkins and 55-year-old Sam Harris the new atheists?
This is a very solid point, I think. These guys are so that they are not even pitching anything new, and they're ancient themselves. It brings me Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not probably. You probably don't know that Dawkins. He tweets these horrible things like, "Hey, they say J.K. Rowling doesn't." Oh, this whole thing about trans. How come when the lady pretended to be the head of the NAACP, you know what you're talking about?
Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah. How come that was, and how come they didn't allow her? But you say trans is okay, and then he says discuss. This trans thing is a dividing line. It's the new how you round up people who you want to hurt.
Yeah, and it's also just such a source of hack analogy.
Yes.
Right. I could just say I'm blank hack analogy.
Right.
Yes.
And ignoring that even these assholes know people who are trans and they know people who are trans. So, and they know, and they claim that it's okay don't get me started. But it's weird how it's taking off as the new, and also accusing people, the right wing of oh, everyone's so woke. Like they're trying to use woke as someone says, I don't mind if what their sexual preference is. Oh, you're so woke.
Right. And it's right next to cancel culture and the hack caddy.
What's the hack caddy?
The thing that holds all the hack things.
Oh. I bet a Carrot Top would have a funny looking one that he'd make a joke out of.
It would, and it would be taped to something else.
I got lots of stuff.
Tweet Bahara says somewhere out there somebody has the lyric wrong, and they think Michael Stipe is singing Chinese Happy People.
Chinese have. Oh, so they don't know that it's shiny happy people.
That would be his
somewhere.
point. Yes.
He took a long. He could have taken the express to get there. Or maybe it was quick.
I don't think indirectness was really the issue here.
Look, what do we want? We asked for questions. What are we going to judge it with Star Search now?
I mean, I have to say, it's not inherently offensive.
What's not?
Chinese happy people holding hands.
Oh, that's true. Chinese happy people. But it's embarrassing. Like if your Chinese friend comes over, you go, I don't want to be one of these people who talks about Chinese things when you come over, but I really want to say I think it's such a great thing that there's that song, Chinese Happy People.
Right.
Finally.
And they go, what are you, stupid?
And I say, regardless, you win.
How did you know my father's name?
I thought my name was stupid when I was growing up, Josh. Did you know that? I hear it starting again. Because my dad would say, are you stupid? And this is the funny material I come up with.
Yeah.
Based on this horribly.
That was one of my brother and I loved the joke when we were growing up. Shut up and trouble are going for a walk. Shut up gets lost. Or no, trouble gets lost. So shut up goes up to a cop. Cop goes, well, what's your name? He goes, shut up. What's your name? Shut up. What's your name? Shut up. Are you looking for trouble? Yes.
Oh, sad, cold Minnesota night, and you guys are warming your hands at the hearth.
I got called over to panel for that one.
That one, I never was on the Carson show, but I would have used that to go to the panel.
Tweet Bahara says, Josh, all things considered, what's the best movie ever made?
Oh, why is it all things considered? I don't understand why that. Why is there any preface to that?
Because you really,
you can't.
He wants to make it a worse question, really. Whereas you could make an argument like, what's the best sports movie ever made?
Right.
But all things considered.
All things considered.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, and I can't.
It's a trap.
I can't try. I know it's not Citizen Kane.
No, even if I thought Citizen Kane was my favorite movie, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah. And then Sous Vide, imp that they are, says, considering nothing, what's the worst movie ever?
What are they having meetings? What is this? What do they have? They have a blueprint of our website.
They have access to the hashtag just like us, Andy.
And they probably, I bet a couple of those guys have more free time.
I doubt that. I truly doubt that.
Yeah, that is true. How could we? You'd have to be someone who was comatose.
That is an insult you're going to have to keep retired for a while.
That I'm very busy?
That someone has more spare time than you.
Oh, look, Josh, I'm up to my ass here.
Yeah. Seth Dick III says, Mama Dick III has been enjoying the spring weather and is in a really optimistic mood for her. She says the vaccine has given her a new lease on life. Also, she gets high all the time now. So odd. She wants me to ask, what's the nicest compliment you've received?
I think it was when my first girlfriend, when she said to me, that was the best. I can't believe it. It's the first time, and it was literally the best sex I've had or ever will have. And I got that a lot from my early sexual escapades.
Yeah.
Thank you. I would get. I gave myself a high five after it. I think I've sickened everybody, people of all ages now.
That was where you first started. That's where you first started using, is this thing on?
you're fair caution.
Jason Parton wants to know, you ever just feel like getting back into some 90s hip-hop? De La Soul, Wu-Tang, Tribe, Ghetto Boys? I know I sure do. Boy, howdy do I.
I'm not even aware that is a specific form of music that happened.
Wow.
I know a little hip hop.
That is oblivious.
Oh, the man does not have knowledge, sir. Does not have knowledge of the topic. Music.
I probably have better knowledge of 90s hip hop than most other hip hop.
Oh, you do?
Not than most people, than most other hip hop.
I guess I don't. I mean, I like hip hop, but I don't have any knowledge of it.
Yeah, I'm not deeply conversant about any of it, really.
I love soul music.
Yeah.
So I love, and I've been listening to the old Stax stuff, and
some of your best music is black.
Let me say,
Stephen Elton Yates says, I've enjoyed a lot of music from Electric Light Orchestra over the years. What do you guys think of Jeff Lynne and ELO?
Well, I don't really know anything about him except for Traveling Wilburys.
I thought you had their very famous shirt.
I know. I don't know how I got that shirt, even. And I know Randy Newman said, I love that ELO. But I don't really remember any of their music except, is it like, it sounds like they're going and then they all stop? Like an orchestra's going, nya, 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 and then it goes, ha-chunk. I don't know any of their music.
No.
But I liked him on
But you do. The thing is, you do know some of their music.
Oh, and then sing me a couple
It's like,
tunes.
they're a band kind of like the one I always forget. The one that, did the Logical song.
Supertramp.
Yeah. Supertramp is the band to me that's like, if I don't know what the song is, chances are it's Supertramp.
Everything is it's logical. It's conceivable. It's perceivable.
Well, Don't Bring Me Down, Evil Woman.
Don't Bring Me Down. That's a terrible song,
Evil
but I can't
Woman
stop
is
singing
them.
it. Yo. That's a terrible song. What else?
Evil Woman. Did I say that?
Evil Woman. Shaka-taka-taka-taka-taka. That sounds like... I'm sorry. Are you okay?
No.
That's my unhelpful guy.
Yes.
During the actual choking, I ask questions you can't answer. Are you choking? Why? Say something, stupid. If you want me to save you, say something, stupid. The guy didn't say anything. What the fuck do you want me to do? He stays motioning like he's a mime.
That's like Derek Chauvin.
Something's wrong with me. I don't feel good. Oh, that's good. That's rich.
Stephen Elton Yates, it's Double Shot Friday here on Thought Spiral. Stephen Elton Yates Double Shot says, any concert-going regrets? A show you wish you hadn't gone to or one you missed? I passed on seeing Queen play in Hyde Park in 1976.
The worst concert I've been to, the most disappointing, was Van Morrison at the Hollywood Bowl recording Astral Weeks again. So he only cared about the mix, and you couldn't hear him, but he didn't care.
Yeah. Did he suffer from Cat Stevens redo syndrome?
No, because he's more miserable.
It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes.
What? Where's the brown-eyed girl? And she sang, bop 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 bop
Sha la 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 la. Any concerts I regret? I regretted Etta James the last time I saw her. She was down Dementia Road at that point, and it was kind of sad.
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have this show in Black History Month. I mean, this is not our best show to showcase our takes.
I see you're the one who's come off as extremely racist in this show, whereas my example of Etta James was not racist at all.
I know, but I have to drag you down. I'm trying to drag you down to the hole that I'm in.
Yeah, well, you're extremely racist.
Come on, Bob. The last thing I need is you on my back.
A bullet from the back of a bush was Andy Kindler shooting Medgar Evers.
No, don't sing about me being assassinated. Why would you? You know what? I could use the.
You were assassinating.
Press.
You were the actual assassinator.
Oh,
in that situation.
You know what's a great movie? The assassination of Jesse James upon learning that his wife had pleurisy and he had to get back to town. Did you see that movie?
I didn't. Not the end.
You did not see the assassination. Well, ostensibly, you haven't seen ostensibly the assassination of Jesse James, but really a vehicle for some of the Brat Pack.
The assassination of Jesse James, as told to John Ford Coley.
I don't know who that is, but it made me laugh.
He was half of England Dan and John Ford Coley.
Oh,
I'm not talking about moving in. And I don't want to change your life.
That feels good to do that. I would. Isn't it hard to sing in falsetto? I mean, you're comfortable with it.
But there's a warm wind blowing the stars around. And I really want to see you tonight.
Really want to see you tonight. Oh, it's easy. Thanks, Josh. Oh, I thought I saw somebody who looks like you. He walks like you. I thought it was you. As he turned the corner, I called out your name. I said, you are everything. Take it away, Josh. Boom, 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 boom. It's Saturday, Orange County. Andy Kindler and Josh Elvis Weinstein at the Saddleback Fair.
You know, I was thinking the other day, Andy, that, and this is just something that you triggered with that little piece of theater, that you could really get away with a lot if you walked like a duck, quacked like a duck, but weren't a duck.
I've never been so frightened in my life, Josh. What happened? It walked like a duck, and it quacked like a duck. But guess what?
It weren't a duck.
It was a chicken. Did I tell you about?
Here, I thought. By the way, I wrote a joke for you for your non-existent act.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is about losing your memory, because it's going to come up. I find my memory slipping lately. I know if I really need to remember something, I have to convert it into a grudge first.
I don't think you can do that.
Huh?
I think that's made for me.
I just said it was for you.
I know, but it's so funny. You have to keep it somehow.
No.
But it doesn't make sense that you'd have a grudge. Oh, that's so good. I have to convert it into a grudge. That occurs to you on the off pod day.
Yes, I wrote it on. I jotted it down.
You don't want me to take out time to write it down.
And it
now.
literally says Andy joke at the top of the index card. I jotted it.
I convert it into a grudge.
I have to convert.
I don't want to.
I have to convert it
old.
into a grudge first. Is really the
into a grudge first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. That's gonna make me laugh next time I Googled the guy from college again. Andy's friend from college who Andy thought he had a falling out with.
Did this happen in April or something? Why is this weighing so big on you this week?
Oh, I think it may. Do you think it's like graduation time?
Might have been.
The Jew graduation day?
That's when you'd try to cement a college friendship.
That's right. I think I did. You know what? He gave me the slip, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't like, It wasn't like, I'll just say, I'm going out of town. You go,
yeah.
I might just get away with never talking to him.
You might have inspired the invention of ghosting.
I even tried to Google the name of his friend, who's such a sweetheart. I said, I'm really going to ask him after 50 years what happened.
Yeah, I think.
I realize that's not healthy. I do realize that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that when you think of it, it automatically hurts, even though it's been 50 years? I mean, you know it's stupid, but maybe you don't because you don't really.
Yeah, no,
grudges.
of course I do. I have those little things that make me feel stupid from going back as far as age 5, probably.
I know, it's so twingy. Why, on top of everything else, do we have to have the regrets?
Yeah.
Ugh. Why did I say that to Mrs. Stillman in first grade? Ugh.
Right. I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like if those are your scars, okay.
Well, in 6th grade, we practiced for the final auditorium thing, and I started to get bored with it. And then at one point, I was like, during question time, I don't know. I was thinking maybe we should spend more time on our schoolwork or something. I actually said that in the class. How do you get over that? What did that idiot say? He's trying to tell Mrs. DeBody that he's such a great student that he has trouble with taking away too much time from the classwork.
All right. That was some early young ass kissing.
You know what? It pays to, you know what I'm saying? You have to know who you're talking to and where they're going.
Michael,
never forget a face.
Michael O'Connor says, when I read about the evils of drinking, I gave up reading. Henny Youngman. Do you guys have a... That's
a great joke.
Do you guys have a favorite one-liner? Yeah. My memory's getting so bad that if I want to really remember something, I have to turn it into a grudge first.
I love that one. Who is that? That's a class. I like the one I just came up with, which is I had my first girlfriend. She had sex very early. She was very viscous.
Yeah, still sounds creepy. Sounds creepy.
Still sounds creepy.
Yeah.
Sounds creepier.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. The fact that you're trying to save it makes it creepier.
No, I think it makes it sadder.
Well, that's a fine line.
That's right. That's the thing. I write that fine line between they think it's funny that I hate myself, and then they're also tired of the same self-deprecating joke over and over and over again. Fuck it, Josh. Fuck it. Mary, would you tell...
Yes, fuck it indeed.
Mary, tell your stupid daughter to stop playing the stupid piano. She has no talent, Mary. I think about that on my off days. Yeah, in your face, like he curses a lot, or that's a kind of joke that I enjoyed.
Night Sky says, do you want to go back to normal? Was the time before this time normal? I don't remember it being too normal. Do you think it was normal? I don't think it was normal. Help me through spiral. Save me.
I have been exactly where that thought spiral went. I do feel like the idea that it was normal before was probably not right.
I mean, I had my version of normal, I guess. But normal for me was a variety of things. And that's really, and that's what I miss.
That's true. I'll go with what you said, but then take out the last part.
I don't miss routine.
You don't miss my routines. Have you seen all of my routines?
No, thankfully. Because each one is still a gift then, like a present I unwrap.
Yeah, so that is I envy the joy that you will be feeling.
Yes. I envy the future Andy Kindler archivist.
I envy you, Josh, when I see how much pleasure you derive from just the little things I do with words. Well, it's a funny, you know. That's like a Charles Fleischer type of act. It's interesting. Very different. These are questions we've been considering since the birth of time.
There's a fine line, speaking of fine lines, between your Charles Fleischer and your Dennis Wolfberg.
He had this joke where Dennis Wolfberg goes, when my wife and I are having romance. He didn't make me laugh, but he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Did he make you laugh?
Sometimes. But just the constipated delay wasn't enough.
Right. I mean, I probably was too judgmental of him, as I've been towards everybody. Because he did, you are right that he did make me laugh. Or make people laugh.
Yeah.
But he also knew he was kind of kooky looking, and that can be dangerous sometimes if you play it up too much.
Right.
What is this? What is this? Stand-up spotlight? So what's happening to me?
Andy Kindler goes back to the 80s to tear new assholes of dead comedians.
Sometimes I brought my own brick wall with me if I didn't feel like the brick wall at the club was going to be up to regulation.
I got a trade out from Z-Brick. I did their Christmas party.
Oh, I do. I do trades all the time. All the time. I go to my dentist. I insist on going to his home to stand up for him.
CMW says, Andy, is a thorough roasting each week good for one's self-esteem? And what does your therapist say about this very public sub-dom relationship? You are mistaken if you think the self-deprecation crutch covers your powerlessness to retaliate. Love you. Wow. Apparently someone from the I suffer through Weinstein to get to Kindler crowd.
I don't know. I'm going to leave that as it is, and because I'm either going to say guilty or something.
Yeah.
There's something going on behind that question.
I think I get the inference that they think that I'm making a monkey of you.
Oh, I just thought, when I kept waiting for something worse to come out,
Yeah.
So why don't you just stop, Andy? And furthermore, you're awful. Furthermore, you're unattractive and you're too old for.
No, the message really was you should stick up for yourself, as opposed to taking my abuse.
Oh, I thought it was me, a comment on my general self-deprecating as a crutch.
Well, yes, but then the sub-dom relationship thing brings me into it.
Oh my God, is that he's saying that we have
the thorough
sub-dom?
roasting?
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Unless it's all you. Unless it's you are the sub and the dom.
You know what?
But if he's the sub, he's topping from the bottom, people.
I don't want to hear anything more about us subbing and doming and the various positions and the things and the details of you calling me a worm. I don't want to think about it. Get over here, you worm. Hey, I just want to tell that guy, you know what? Next time you want to write a letter, keep it in your pants. Or not a letter, a tweet.
That's okay. Jordan Maywood says, one nonsensical would you rather scenario that will confuse Andy coming right up. Would you rather have buttons for nipples that control your height, or whenever you see Tom Selleck, you grow a mustache made of gold?
Why is that confusing? I did forget the first part.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go with the, is it which do I prefer?
Yeah, which would you rather?
I would rather the latter.
Okay. It's always safe. Jim Meehan says, sometimes to introduce a topic, Vince Scully would ask a question and say, you may ask. Then a knowing chuckle and, you guessed it, followed by what he wanted to say. Andy says, here's the thing. Josh, do you appreciate Andy's succinct approach?
Is he saying that I'm the Vince Scully of
Anything but.
That's very insightful. I like that, Jim. You very insightful. I didn't know I had so many tells.
You got some tells.
How about this tell? I just want to say before we go, that one.
Yeah. That one where you tell Aunt Rhody, that's a pretty good one.
I haven't thought of that song. Mercifully, I haven't thought of that song since I was 21. Go tell Aunt Rhody.
What happened at 21 that brought it up?
In 60, did you like the song I wrote? In 69, I was 21 and
I was listening to Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody.
Go tell Aunt Rhody.
The old gray goose. God!
You know what? If that's all you have to tell Aunt Rhody, well, just keep it to yourself. Do we really need the song? I like TV, but the commercials probably.
I like campfires, but the folk songs are just... Jordy says you're hosting a poker game at your place, and your friend calls the morning of the game and asks if it's okay to bring Jim Belushi along. Do you say yes, no, or try to feel out how much weed Belushi might bring?
I couldn't turn down. I wouldn't want to spend. There's nothing fun about. I could see that would come out of spending an evening with the Belushi. John Belushi, sure. Jim Belushi, not so much.
Yeah, and I'm on the complete opposite side of the coin.
What's the coin?
I want to play poker with Jim Belushi.
You know what? Let me finish. That's the kind of thing you should be open to in your life. Is the brother of someone that you thought was funny. You know they like it when I get hard edged.
No, I mean for you it would be terribly uncomfortable, probably.
Oh, I don't know. Yes, but not any more uncomfortable than any other situation. No, it would be weird. I wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to, would you? He doesn't seem like a fun guy.
I think he'd be a fun enough guy to play poker with.
I don't think you're right. I think you'd be...
I'm not saying I want him as a regular. Brian R. says, just heard the Dodgers are opening 2 special sections just for fully vaccinated people. When are you guys going? Maybe a go-to show?
What does that mean, go-to show?
I don't know. Maybe record us going? I don't know.
Oh, I know what he means. Let's get Purush. Let's get Tweet. Let's get the people who make us sweet. And we go to a Dodger game. Thought Spiral. Will the Thought Spiral group please meet by the... Josh, can I sit next to you?
It's been such a long time since I've been to a Dodger game.
Charge already.
Self-loathing narcissist says you recently discussed your go-to childhood cereals. Do you have a go-to healthy, aka boring cereal? Cheerios, Grape Nuts, Corn Bran? I like Cheerios. I like Grape Nuts, actually. But I don't have a go-to because cereal is not a go-to for me.
I'm off of it. None of that sounded appealing to me. If you had told me some other time in my life, I would have probably said Honey Nut Cheerios or some sort of a thing. But no longer. I have no desire. What a great story for panel.
That's right. Iram says, another wonderful Andy segment on Majority FM. Love the plum shirt. And congrats on the #1 podcast on the podcast charts.
That he plugged up our, Sam Cedar plugged our podcast without even me saying anything.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
That was good.
Did you have fun on the Sam Cedar?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was fun because we were looking at that Greg Gutfeld thing. And we were just taking that apart. I mean, it's easy. It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But holy moly.
But you're short.
You know, folks, they say low-hanging fruit. But in my case, there's actually a reason for it. I can't reach the high-hanging fruit. I never realized that was an anti-short person joke thing.
I didn't really
low-hanging
till
fruit.
either. Till today.
Just till today.
Just till today. Okay, it occurred to me it could be a short joke used against a friend. Shucky Ducky says,
Shucky ducky.
hey guys, when you're both fully vaccinated, which comedy club do you most look forward to saying no to?
Laugh Factory.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That guy. But I'd probably say yes. It's the sad part. No, I don't want to. I think I'll avoid ever going back to the Laugh Factory.
I've avoided it for decades and decades now.
How many total spots have you done at the Laugh Factory, would you say?
Probably a dozen.
Ah, okay. You're off of it then. That's proof.
And not a single one after 1995, I think.
Yeah. I miss Greenblatt's. I like Greenblatt's.
Yeah.
I do like Greenblatt's.
I like Greenblatt's too, but it never was a destination deli for me.
No. It was if you were playing at the Laugh Factory.
Sure. If you look at the list and there's 6 people ahead of you. Greenblatt's!
And there used to be a restaurant called Ah Fang's, which is a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was not very good.
That's why it used to be a restaurant.
It used to be part of the Laugh Factory.
John Kyleson, absurdist, says, I hope Josh checks out Andy's appearance on the Majority Report today. Sam plugged Thought Spiral and Andy forgot to, then performed a classic Jelvis hang-up on him mid-laugh.
Yeah, they did. They hung up on me pretty good. And then people took screenshots of how, trying to say that they were mocking me. I crave that kind of mocking.
I know. That's why.
I know. I don't know why, but when people have that look like, oh, the poor fella, it brings me a little bit of joy.
Good.
It's like my dad when we went to Mohawk one of the last times, and he went up and some 10-year-old, he tassels the kid's head. Hey, how you doing there? I said, Dad, you can't do that. And he goes, what are they going to do to me? What are they going to do to me now at this point? What are they going to do to me?
Yeah, there is something absolutely liberating about I don't give a shit age.
Yeah, it's cool. unless they go, really, Jew? And then boom.
Right.
Then it's not so funny, Larry Kindler.
Well.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?